What's going on, traders? This is Jack with the Trading Tribe. Welcome back to the channel where today we're going to kind of go through my latest trade that I had put on within the ES futures market. I just got out of a swing trade essentially. It was more of like a range trade. Out on the charts, we'll look at this in ThinkorSwim as well as TrazeZella, which happens to be my broker, as well as where I track my trades kind of after the fact. For today, I was able to get into ES with about 3 contracts. I added kind of as this trade began to work, kind of how I typically do, and then I scaled out at that past kind of high based on the charts. We'll look at this, but this was really just kind of a standard range trade. It was kind of a 2-to-1 from like a risk to target standpoint, where I risked kind of my B risk amount. So very, very standard kind of swing trade here that I did on the ES side of things. And then I was able to pull out about 2R of the trade. We can also see from kind of a P&L perspective here, the running P&L was extremely clean, right? Very easy to hold this trade ever since kind of my first buy stop got triggered, as well as those ads, like I mentioned, kind of as that trade began, all the way through to my exit of the trade. You can see all of that went pretty well, kind of according to that process. We also can see here that ES in my broker, you can see those same exact entries as well as that same exact exit here just a little bit ago. And then we can see off to the left, right off this hourly chart, where I got the idea. So the market has been really ranging this whole week, but you can see really every time the market held this support level, we kind of bounced back and forth this support and resistance kind of zone. That's really all I was focused on, right? So right when I saw kind of that hold yesterday, right, that got me interested in kind of a potential move up, just like last week, as well as earlier this week. That's actually exactly the same sort of thing happened on Sunday, where you can see it went from here to here, Sunday to Tuesday in this case of the week. It did really the same thing today, right, where it held that 6260-ish area, and then has made its way all the way back to kind of the high of this range. And that's really how I was able to capitalize on this and make a little bit under $5,000 with just 3 contracts of ES. Feel free to leave a comment down below if there's any questions on the trade idea or the entries or the exits. I'm happy to review that in more detail. Also, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel for a lot more trade recaps like this. Thanks, everyone, and we will be back next time.